Hey guys, today we're back with another gun review, and today on the channel we'll be reviewing the Geissele Border Patrol 14.5 inch pin and welded. Stay tuned for this one. Alright guys, we're back. Once again today we're going to be reviewing the Geissele Border Patrol 14.5 inch pin and welded. This is a legal rifle in the United States, and it is one of Geissele's newest rifles out on the market. Just as a disclaimer, Geissele did send us this rifle, and Optics Planet did provide us with the ammunition. As you all know, I love Geissele, but I don't hold any punches whenever it comes to any of my reviews, and I'm not going to start today. That being said, not trying to start it off on a bad note or anything, but I really do truly love this rifle. But before we get any further, let's go ahead and look at the actual specifications on Geissele's website for the Border Patrol. This gun comes in at $1,700, keep that in mind, and the Border Patrol is a rifle designed and made to be fully featured service rifle with an eye forward, retaining mil-spec features. For doing so hard has a negative impact on performance. This rifle is an excellent choice for those looking for no-frills AR-15 that will offer years of reliable service. Border Patrol has a new super lightweight maneuverable rail, which is called the MK20 Super Module Rail. Very nice, skeletonized, sufficiently reduced in mass, yet offers a sturdy mounting platform with M-LOK slots running at 3, 6, and 9 o'clock positions, and Picatinny rail only 12 o'clock. Upper and receiver both standard Super Duty set. They're forged from 7076 T6 aluminum, 775 T6 aluminum, and are hard coat anodized, including a stainless steel takedown pins, position lock, Ultra Duty magazine release, and Super Duty trigger guard. Rifle has a Geissele government charging handle. Both levers are articulate. Also comes with an H2 buffer and braided wire buffer spring. The trigger is ALG's Advanced Combat Trigger. Every component of the Border Patrol rifle is designed and selected for intended use under harsh conditions. For lightweight, handy, reliable duty rifle, look no further than the Border Patrol. Alright guys, so that is pretty much the rundown of the entire Border Patrol. Thank you all for viewing. Just kidding. So it was easier for me to do that and go throughout the multiple different things that are different from this rifle than a normal Super Duty. One of them that sticks out to me though that they didn't really talk about is the barrel. The barrel is actually a government profile barrel. We don't really care about these that much on this channel, but regardless, it's still a government profile. As long as you're not shooting it fully automatic, it really don't matter. The rail in itself, one of the best looking and best rails I've seen in a very long time. I will say that Geissele has outdone themselves with this rail. MK20 rail is one that's going to be staying on the market, and I absolutely love it. It just doesn't look like every other single M-LOK rail out on the market, and that's what really caught my eye with it. Not only that, but it feels great in the hands, and I think Geissele done a great job on this rail, especially it still being as strong as it is and is lightweight. Kudos to them. That being said, government charging handle, airbuster charging handle does fine as well. I do like my ears to be a little bit further out, like as a Radiant Raptor. The normal airborne charging handle is about as wide as I would like to, or about as thin as I'd like to go, but this is even thinner than that, where you can only pretty much hook maybe a half of one finger or half of my finger anyway in width behind the actual charging handle itself to get a good pull on it. Like I said, I like them a little bit wider. This way, the good positive thing about this, it won't get caught on any gear, but the bad thing, if you got wet, sweaty hands, whatever else, it's easy for your finger to slide off of it. You have a Geissele bolt carrier group. It's not the enhanced bolt carrier group. That's what in the Super Duty. Another thing that threw me off, a only right-handed safety selector. Can't believe they didn't put a ambidextrous safety selector on it. That kind of caught me off guard, especially selling to a government entity where there's going to be multiple left-handed people. The only thing that's Ultra Duty on this is the magazine release. The actual trigger guard here is a Super Duty in itself. Once again, they have the H2 buffer and the tri-wire spring, so that's great. The BCM stock on it, I don't really care much for it. It kind of looks goofy. It serves its purpose as a normal stock, but it doesn't do much more or much less. So it's just as good as a carbine stock in my opinion, but that's my opinion. It does have rubber on the back that helps a little bit, but not much. B5s, Geissele, grip here, love them. They feel great, so no quarrels about that. That being said, this gun here is a very lightweight gun, and if you're buying this gun thing, it's going to be as smooth as a Super Duty or anything that's incomparable. You will catch yourself with your pants down pretty much. So talking about recoil with this gun in and of itself, the recoil is decently to moderate severe, I guess you would say. I've had worse recoiling guns on especially lower end guns, $500, $600, $700 AR-15s. This one right here, though, it does recoil a little bit more than what you'd expect. It is a lighter weight rifle. Once again, it's hard for me to do that right there with any type of other rifle than this one right here. It's very maneuverable, but at the same time, you need to expect that it does have a decent amount of recoil to it. Not because it's gas bad or anything like that, but it's just that lightweight. So you have a con about it there in some statute, but once again, if you're looking for the lightest rifle on the market, you know it's not going to be as smooth shooting as, say, a Super Duty or a Radium Mod 1. So either way it goes, just know that. Going forward, though, the biggest quarrel I have about this gun, all in general, is the price of it. The $1,700 price is, I think, in my opinion, a little bit too high up there. Whenever you're looking at a Super Duty in comparison, which is $1,995, somewhere around that $2,000 mark, pretty much $300 less or $300 more than this gun right here. And I think that you're losing a lot of great things that you can get with that extra $300. That being said, the trigger in itself, yes, ALG done a great job with this trigger, and they're known for their combat triggers. It's a very smooth, and I mean it's crisp, buttery, smooth mil-spec trigger, but it's not much more than that. Yes, it's better than any other mil-spec trigger I felt on the market, but at the same time, that's mil-spec in general. That SSAEX, if I'm not mistaken, is how you put it, from Geissele, that comes with the Super Duties. That thing right there is one of the best triggers on the market that there's ever been or ever might will be. We recently had it in our Spear review that we done for the Sig Sauer Spear LT Rattler and the 11.5, and man, that thing will sure chunk out the rounds. There's no question about it. But this trigger, for just a mil-spec trigger, it's good. It is good, but I expected more for this price range. On top of that, you have just your normal mil-spec paddle for your bolt carrier catch and release. The bolt carrier, once again, is just a normal Geissele bolt carrier group. It's not the enhanced or anything like that. Once again, yes, same upper and same lower from a Super Duty. It even has Super Duty right here on it. So, yes, it's going to be good, made well, and made to handle a beating. But at the same time, $300 is the difference in between this one and a Super Duty. Super Duty has a better barrel, in my opinion, whenever it comes to the profile of it. Now, even with some Super Duties, you can even get them at that $2,000 price range, and it have a Huxworks QD suppressor on it. Suppressor mount anyway. This one here has just got the extended A2, and it doesn't really do much of nothing. Everybody knows what an A2 does. I would like to at least see a Huxworks muzzle device on here for it to be pin and welded, or at least give us the option to pick from that or dead air, one of the two. But that being said, if you look on the aftermarket for some of these rifles here, they're coming in about around the $1,400 range, which in my opinion is a lot better deal than the $1,700 that's on Geissele's website. Most of the Super Duties do keep their value. I have seen in the past where whenever they do releases, in Thanksgiving, Memorial Day, when the count is out, per se, that the Geissele does their Blimula sales on, you can get some very great deals on some Blim Super Duties. But that being said, though, Super Duties in general, non-Blim, keep their value very well because they're a very great rifle. So at the $1,400 mark, I'm not as bad concerned as I was with the $1,700 versus the $2,000 mark. And I think that Geissele did see that, or at least the people who are buying the Geissele's to sell the consumer market have seen that as well, because this is a great rifle. But guys, to be honest with you, I think besides me and maybe two other people on YouTube, there's not a single other review on this gun out. Gun's been out long enough to where there should have been, because Geissele's been having them on their website for like 6-7 months now. At a $1,400 price point, this gun right here is bad hard to beat. I would put it up against any of my Daniels I've had or have currently. I would put it up against any Colts, FNs, Rugers, whatever else. And once again, I know them guns, the Rugers especially, they're more like the $700 range. But this gun right here, even BCM, I put this up against any BCM any day of the week. There's no questions asked. Geissele makes some very great products. But at the same time, unless you're infatuated with the Border Patrol, it's not really got enough cool factor to put the $1,700 price mark on it. That being said, $1,400, great rifle. Go out and buy one. It won't be beat for that price point, no questions asked. Once again, that rail is one of my favorite rails I've ever seen in my life for an M-LOK handguard. Fits my hand perfect, and you can even use this thing without a drop grip, and you still have tons of pressure pulling back on you because your flesh sinks into that handguard. But once again, if it stayed at that $1,700 price point versus a Super Duty, I would 100% say don't get this one, get the Super Duty, because save that extra $300 and you're getting a lot better gun for a little less money. So it is what it is, but at a $1,400 price point, this gun right here is bad hard to beat. And I absolutely love it. I really do. It matches everything I wanted it to be for a lightweight rifle. But at the same time, keep in mind that whenever you've only got $300 difference in between this and Super Duty, go for the Super Duty. But if you've got a $600 difference like you do whenever you find these right now for sale versus a Super Duty at $2,000, if you don't have the money to spend the extra $600, you're not going to be missing out on much. I'll just put it like that. And once again, I love the rifle, and it performed 100% functionality, no problems at all, 500 rounds down range, and we enjoyed every bit of it. But I do have to say is that Geissele was a little bit high whenever pricing these in the beginning, in my honest opinion. I could be wrong. There could be something else around these that were like, we couldn't cut it no closer because we're using Super Duty upper, lower, very nice handguard, and the barrel is still a Geissele barrel. There's no questions about it. It even has a Geissele marking up here on top. But I just don't care much for that barrel profile, but that's just me. Anyway, that being said, $1,400 price point, go out and get one of these. Great rifles, and you will not be able to beat them. And if you are able to beat them, I want to hear about it, because I stand behind Geissele 100%. Not just because of how well they've treated me and the channel in and of itself, but I have seen what Geissele products can do, and I stick behind them 100%, and I would trust my life to this rifle. But at the same time, in comparison with this one and a Super Duty, for that $300 difference, go with Super Duty. For the $600 difference, go with this one. It's going to be the better price, and you're going to be more happy with this gun and saving the $600 on training, ammunition, or just taking your woman out for a good meal. I hope that makes sense, and I hope you all can see what I'm getting at. But once again, great rifle, 100% functionality, a little bit hard on the recoil, but once again, what else would you expect out of a gun as light as this one, to where I can sit here and shoot it with one hand, just like this right here, and aim it down just like I'm trying to fire a revolver or a normal semi-automatic pistol. So it does a great job for what it is, but at the same time, don't get ripped off. That's all I'm trying to say. Guys, I appreciate y'all viewing as always. If you have any questions or comments on the Geissele Super Duty Border Patrol rifle, please leave in the comment section below and get back to you as soon as possible. But once again, a very special thank you to Geissele for sending us this rifle out to review for you all. If it wasn't for them, we would not be able to review this. So guys, appreciate y'all viewing as always. Like and subscribe for more gun reviews, and I'll see y'all in the next video.